What's up, DVD family? It's your boy Eman.
And Joas was good.
On today's episode, we talked about the struggles of men. We had some good questions, some great conversations. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Word. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
Come to MLC,
Welcome back to Different by Default. This is season 3, episode 5.
I don't even know what episode it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a whatever episode.
Oh, I did that.
So how you guys doing out here? My name is Kyra. I'll be your host today, as I always am. And with me today, I got Urbane, I got Tan, Najumba, and Kay.
I feel like everybody know who we are. Like, at this point, you gotta know
There
you
could be a
don't.
new viewer.
But it's called DVD.
There could be a new viewer.
Either
They
DVD
just seen
bang or no game.
they just seen like 6 different females on this episode. I don't know. But today I have with me 2 special guests. I have Joas and Mabel with me. So do you guys want to tell everybody about yourselves before we start this episode?
You want to go ahead, JJ?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first since I'm younger. So,
Wow.
gotta respect my elders.
A year.
But yeah, my name is Joas. Some people know me as JJ. Some things about me. I like food. I like to save money.
Live fresh.
Yeah, live fresh, I guess.
Save money,
Yeah, that
live
too.
better, stupid.
Save money, live fresh.
It's save money, live better, stupid.
I thought it was live fresh.
Don't look.
Look, you by yourself right now. Don't
Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm Emmanuel. I'll go by E-Man. I'm just your average guy, I like food. I like sports. Yo, shout out to the Lakers. We're going to make it. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm
the wrong son.
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm a
Bron got
LeBron
us.
fan
I
too.
only like Melo.
You said
That's
Bronny
the
got
only thing
y'all?
good about that team.
So I guess you know what his team is.
Nah.
Knicks. If
Sorry.
a guy say I like
Sorry.
Melo and
RJ
like nothing
Barrett.
else,
RJ Barrett, though.
Hey, look,
RJ.
we just got
What?
something. We got
Fournier.
a contest.
Don't say Fournier.
48? No, come on, man. 48. They didn't give him 80 mil, right?
Shut up,
80
bro.
mil. 48, man. That's their man.
I hate Fournier. But okay, so we're gonna start. Today's show is about the struggles of men. We already gave you guys, the struggles of women, and it's it's our turn to like show out, So
I won't put it like that, but it's our.
it's
We're
our
gonna
turn
do
to
a
show
set
you.
questions.
We gotta give you the other side of the view.
Yeah,
Gotta
Yeah,
give you both
right.
sides of the perspective.
both sides of the coin.
Yeah. So I got the head side, there's tails. So the first.
That was so corny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like-
Twice in a row.
So I don't hear you coming up with shit. So.
So I said,
But so the first question is, what are some characteristics that every man should need? Don't answer. I'm not asking you.
I was thinking.
whoosh.
I'll start with one, to be honest. I think self-control. I think self-control is probably one of the most important things a man should have. Well, I guess depending on your looks, if you're a little pretty boy, you get a lot of girls, self-control is important because, you can't just be catching bodies out here out of nowhere. It's like, you got to control yourself at some point. So,
Did that hit you? I need that.
I know, I seen Kyro put his head down like, man, this man talking.
I'm good. I'll be chilling. I don't really be doing nothing.
That's what they all say.
So, yeah, self-control, man, that's a killer. That can destroy your life, honestly, with some of the mistakes that you can make by not controlling yourself. So I think that one's the key for me.
I like to go a little wild sometimes.
yo, the thing. Let me tell you why it always catch me off guard. Cause it's like when it gets quiet, all you hear is a deep voice. Like it just come out the blue. I'm like,
I apologize.
I think for a lot of men, we gotta have a work ethic. I think for a lot of us, like the things that we aspire, the women that we probably want in life, the dreams that we have for ourselves, like you don't come out the womb already having it. You got to put in the work to get it, right? So, whether you want to be, I don't know, everybody want to go to the league, right? But at some point in time, you got to give it up. You got to figure out listen, I ain't going to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not 6'7". You know, I only got
You
a
step into that
mediocre jump
AAU
shot.
game against a future top 10 pick, you're gonna be real ashamed.
Yo, I just seen a
I'm not
post
gonna
about
cap.
that. I just seen a post about that.
Hey, them AAU games do not be.
It was like, yo,
bro.
we just played an AAU game. We beat this team by 10, and then like after like 45 minutes, they playing like straight 5 stars. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah. I would just packed it up.
But yeah, like even what Eman said, like self control, like you gotta build yourself to that. You know, like again, we don't come out the womb having self control. We come out the womb, everything's given to us. But then as we grow up, we gotta take for what we want. At the end of the day, you gotta work for what we want. So.
Excuse me. So
Excuse.
thank you. So I do agree with self control, but I think another thing that every man should need is like you need some kind of respect, like
For what?
respect for other people. You need to need to know how to react to certain things, like a certain way of reaction to certain things, because
I mean, that's not really respect.
no, it's respect and learning how to.
I guess kinda is respect, but like
No, I'm not saying that it's respect. I'm saying two things. Like I'm saying respect is
okay,
one, and
okay.
then reactions, like certain reactions to certain things, because there's some people in this room.
you gotta know how to use a poker face. Yeah. Some people.
There's some people in this room.
See, when he said, no, I knew it was. Like,
How do you know he's
Come on, I
saying
knew
that?
you throwing shades at
See,
someone.
look, we didn't even say a name,
I
but
knew you throwing
when you
shades. He
react,
throwing shade at someone.
I could have been talking about earlier.
I knew he throwing shade
your
at
fake
someone.
glasses just see everything, huh?
They're the prescribed glasses.
Prescribed being lying though. You got real glasses.
No
is
offense to
different.
people who really got them.
Yo,
The day that like fake glasses do better than prescribed glasses, I buy them. Like,
But yeah, I feel like you just need to, like, as a man, you need to learn how to react to certain things, because your reactions, like, they could.
you did it now, and now you did it, bro. You did it now, bro.
I feel like as a man, you need to learn how to, like, fix your reactions, because your reactions kind of hold weight in. It could hold weight in someone's, like,
Someone else's heart, someone's mind.
someone else's
heart,
viewing of you.
view or opinion.
Yeah.
It's so I can't be like, someone can't come up to me like, yo, oh, I don't know what to do. I just lost $50, and I say, and I'm laughing at them.
I don't care. Kick rocks. That's not how you're supposed to see. Look.
Why you saying kick rocks? I was like, damn, bro.
Yo,
that's
I'm not gonna lie,
crazy,
you are
bro.
perfect.
He's 50.
Yo, no funny joke. You are a perfect example. Of what he's talking about right now.
Nah.
We had this. We not gonna explain why.
He said kick. Whoa. So we're not gonna just brush past
That
what he
wasn't
said.
because I'm not gonna lie. That was a perfect example, but like you keep on throwing out the perfect example, and you know
So-
what we talking about.
Okay,
And
bro.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
To kind of piggyback off of you, I feel like for me, it's kind of like patience. Being able to be patient.
I
Well, I
can
feel
see
like
that.
this is not just a man characteristic. I feel like this is just for everybody, really, in general. Like, you have to be patient in how you do certain things. Like, some things you can't be quick to action, and some things you can't be, like, you just always want to be able to do it. It's like there comes a certain level of understanding while maturing and growing through life of, hey, that you need to be patient. Oh,
Oh, we going
you
to the
Yeah,
line.
we going-
Okay.
yeah, it's
growing. I was like,
I just saw y'all go one after the other. That's just how y'all was.
You can skip me. I ain't think it's gonna all come all the way here.
All right,
I didn't go all the way in.
After the fourth guy, like, I still all right, you're right. Discipline.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy nobody else said it, bro. I'm like, bro, somebody say this, man. Like,
I was going to say it, but I knew.
somebody else was gonna say
No,
it.
I knew you was going to say it, so I just didn't.
Say it.
Respect that.
Yeah, because I thought you was going to have a joke on the side about,
Nah,
Well,
you
so I see
losing,
what-
bro.
Right, you lost.
Wait, go ahead. Why
But
discipline?
yeah.
Like everybody needs to like have a form of discipline, because like it's just these set things, these boundaries, these rules and your morals that you got to kind of follow. And by like having a form of discipline, like whatever it is, it kind of gives you like a ground base of like basically everything that y'all just said, self-control, respect, you know what I'm saying? Choosing like your moves wisely. And you can't really have that without a form of discipline or a practice of like, all right, this is what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do. Like everybody has their own form of discipline. Everybody has their own form of like moral codes that they follow. But it's up to you to be strong to like whatever your belief is to like fully be able to follow that.
I agree with you.
I feel like piggybacking off of his, off of what he just said about discipline. Like, I feel like you need discipline because as men, I feel like a lot of us tend to overestimate ourselves in situations. We give ourselves. I mean,
You
like
said overestimate? Or
overestimate.
Overestimate. Okay.
But I feel like we tend to see ourselves in a greater view than what we actually are, in a greater way than what we actually are. So like it don't matter what it is. It could be in a career that we're chasing or a girl that we're chasing after. We can overestimate their and how much they like us. We can overestimate how good we are, how much we know about the actual career path in our lives, and get ourselves in a rut for a little bit. And because I feel like with the when it comes in with your pride, you won't stop. Even though you know you may have to take a couple of steps back, you be a little bit more level-headed and self-conscious of where you are right now.
I think it goes both ways because, like,
about to say that.
you knew I was about to say that because I think a lot of dudes, like, we say guys overestimate themselves, but I think a lot of dudes underestimate themselves.
That too,
and I think it could come off as overestimate because when somebody's like insecure, they'll probably a dude would be braggadocious. Like he'll be like, you see the videos on YouTube when a girl walk in the room and the dude be mad loud.
Braggadocious.
What does that mean?
Like braggadocious, like he's just like arrogant.
I know what it means, but it's just like you pull it out of the bag.
That's the first time I heard that word. Like I kind of got the meaning once you said it, but like braggadocious, I'm like, geez, like
Like using that.
Like for me, I've been in spaces where it's like a bunch of dudes, right? And everybody's chilling, but the moment a girl walk in the room, the dude like, oh yeah, actually, you know, I got money today. Yeah, I'm outside. You know, it's like you really putting on, and you see, to me, that's like the person is not confident in themselves, so now they feel like they got to put on. So it comes off as like, oh, they're full of themselves, but they really insecure at the end of the day. And I think a lot of dudes we struggle with that, but we just know how to hide it. So
that's true.
I agree. All these characteristics are really good characteristics. And then with that, it's kind of like if you don't have that, that's kind of like a problem that some guys might have. So with that, what in today's society do men have problems with?
That's a good one.
Expressing ourselves. That's obvious one.
I'm not wrong with that.
Definitely expressing.
somebody gonna explain.
I was gonna say girls, but I feel like that's a
It's a process.
That's a generic.
I feel like the way the question was, it kind of is like, okay, what are these characteristics? And then, as you said, like, you know, what are some problems with us? And you could kind of like, you could actually basically say your answer again because it's honestly like the same things that we lack are some things that we need, like self control, like as you said with females. You
so
keep on.
Incidents and like a broad standpoint or like personal, like for example, what does Tan need? I'm not trying to throw shots. Like he's the first person I see. It's like what characteristics does Tan
Just make it broad.
Hey, Tan, you want me to take you off the hot seat? You want me to take you off the hot seat?
Nah.
And then what in today's society does like, you know, does Tan have problems with? Like
He's just gonna keep saying his name.
Yo,
I mean,
just
I'm not-
make it broad, bro.
I think for men,
a
a lot of men struggle with vulnerability, right? So even for me, like growing up in the church, bro, you would not see me dancing. You would not see me clapping my hands. You would not see me do anything. I'm stoic, you know. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying the praise. I'm enjoying the worship. But like,
You over here,
Songs
feet tapping,
hitting,
so you
too.
want nobody to see.
so what?
Songs be hitting too.
Songs be hitting, and the worship be hitting. You know the spirit's talking to you. But at the end of the day, sometimes you feel like, and I said this before earlier. We be talking about this where it's like you look around the room and somebody looking dead at you in the eyes, as if like they've been watching you the whole time. So as if like so now that I know that I'm not about to act a certain way because like when you're in worship, that's vulnerable at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same way even with relationships. A lot of guys like we like everybody says they don't like to talk. Or a lot of dudes say they don't like to talk, but I don't think that's true, bro. Because we be talking about sports all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about the right
We
topic.
like to talk, but when it comes to ourselves, we get a little. I feel like it's a mixture of insecurity and like.
I had it.
I think it's insecurity and also being able for someone to have that knowledge and maybe even call you out on that insecurity. I mean, like, because if you tell someone about this personal information and later on they bring it up, it's kind of like, dang.
I said that shit in confidence.
Yeah, now it's
Nah, 'cause it's like
now someone bringing it up against you.
because it's like a form of like trust issues, and I also feel like it's just
Maybe
a
a
form of like
defense.
how we kind of grow up. Like you're not supposed to really
Like, if I'm really
express
close to
yourself
you,
in certain
I'm gonna let that
ways.
joke slide, but not again.
I don't gonna lie. Well, y'all correct me if y'all feel the same way. Sometimes I feel like I don't know what I want. Like, it could be in any way. Like, even my career right now, yeah, I'm good at it, but do I really want to do this? I feel like a lot of men struggle with, do I really want to do what I'm doing? Like,
That's
do I
what
really
caught me
like
up
what I'm
in
doing?
high school. That's why I started doing a whole bunch of things. I was in a program which taught me how to code and do graphic design, but then I'm also, like, in my mind, I wanted to be, and so much thing I wanted to be, go into biology and chemistry. I also wanted to be a doctor at one point, but then I'm also picking up all these little minor skills in each different thing. But then in the long run, I'm like, damn, I really don't know which one of these I really want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want. So it's like, what I see in men a lot is they don't really have the direction, or maybe it's how we grew up. You know, how we grew up in high school, there was a certain path that all of us should follow. Like, you got to get all the girls. Maybe some of us got to sell drugs. Some of us got to do this, that, and the third. Like, it's for real. So it's like, we've been programmed to think a certain way and to take a certain path, and then we don't get that path. It's like,
Damn, what am I doing?
Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I here for?
But
So it's
then,
like-
I mean, that's just like the trials and errors of like I feel like humans. At the end of the day, like there's moments where you feel like you want to do one thing, but then you don't do the other. But that's just usually because you're not fully passionate about what you're doing, and sometimes it takes a while. And like we humans, like you act like you about to keep the same interest forever. Like
It's facts.
I used to love Oreos. I hate them shits now. Them should be annoying.
Yeah,
Like,
Oreos?
Like after like 2 of them, I'm fighting to still eat them. I'm like, bro, it's not even the same anymore.
You got to dip it in milk, man.
Nah, it's even when I dip it in milk, it's like it's just not the same anymore.
I never did the dipping in milk thing. Bro.
Cause you,
Nah.
cause
I
no,
just-
no
like,
water
like,
drink Oreos. No
like,
water
when I
drink
first got
Oreos.
it, I'm like, I gotta do it. But like, then I'm like, I'll just eat it like that, man.
No bath.
Huh?
No bath.
Yeah, I gotta drink water or something. I'm not gonna eat Oreo plain.
Water with Oreos?
Bro, no.
That's how you know you're struggling.
No.
No.
Because like when you see like it back then, the commercial was like you got to be in Oreo. Like you seen the Oreo commercial, right? Yeah.
You pull out the coconut water and Oreos. I got you.
Coconut water.
I thought I heard you say almond milk. He said coconut. I'm like, nah.
How you get almond out of coconut?
I was hoping you gonna say you gotta get the
So-
almond milk. You said,
Okay.
Almond? Yeah.
hey, people can't
Bro,
drink
don't be
cold
hating on
milk.
almond milk. Almond
Almond milk
milk
is actually kind of
No,
delicious.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, like,
is not the best for cereal, but like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like, it's a little the consistency.
I don't
not
gotta
right.
use the bathroom as much when I'm drinking almond milk. You know what I'm saying?
but
Yo, we got to stop.
so
Everything falling out my pocket.
Hey,
good.
it's not me this time. I'm
My
glad.
pocket's not deep enough.
Yeah.
we was talking about like vulnerability. Well, not really vulnerability in relationships. Like insecurities
My heart on
from
my
the
sleeve.
but insecurities like the other person, well, your significant other, gay, straight, whatever. I'm talking from a broad standpoint because we got different viewers. But do you feel like as a man you're pressured into getting married in today's society?
And it depends on like if you're in a traditional family sometimes, but like if you're just like in a how do I say this?
How do you say this?
Like if you're not in a traditional family, then you're not pressured. Simple as that. Like
No, if I was to still be pressured now, that's something different. Because my mom listens to me when I talk about the women that I deal with.
That's good.
Are men actually pressured though into marriage? Because I think we're not.
I feel
Nah.
like
I feel like women are
That's what
pressured
I'm
more than
saying.
men.
Nah.
Like I feel like we're more pressured to like
There's
make sure
different-
we're good financially, so that we can like take care of ourselves, take care of the family, take care of kids, stuff like that. But I don't think men are necessarily.
Yeah,
But
They
that's
never-
still
they never have to get a
where the
family, though.
pressure comes in
But
because
what, yeah, go ahead.
now I would say because like you, as you said, like you want to be financially stable. You want to be at a certain point where you feel like okay, I'm ready to like move forward in life. But that's still a form of pressure. Like you gotta still work on that stuff just to even be like what I'm saying, just so you can feel like okay, I'm ready for a family.
yeah,
But in
because
terms
it's-
of the question, it don't really apply. 'Cause
Huh?
the question is more so like getting pushed into marriage and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but
So,
that's
yeah.
but like when he's saying, do you feel like you're getting pressure? And as he was saying, like
I mean, yeah.
it's not as much as females. I still feel like we are, and that's like one of the reasons.
like
at the end
it's
of the day, I
different
feel
for
like you kind of want to have your own. You want to keep your legacy going on. I'm trying to have this Niame name run a little longer in America. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was gonna say, my bad, Tony. You wanna go ahead?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna do a follow up
own
story
story.
because like I was gonna do a follow up story, but like
Go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say, I wouldn't say there's pressure from the outside. I feel like it's more on the inside, kind of like what you guys are talking about. I feel like we put more pressure on ourselves. I think guys, we got more time to decide on a girl that we want to be with because we got time. Like girls have really got the time that we have. So that's where the pressure comes in. Because once you start getting to a certain age for a woman, it's like, yo, damn, I gotta get married.
My clock's ticking.
I'm so lonely.
Especially you want to have kids and everything. So for guys, it's not necessarily pressure from the outside, but it's more like, yo,
Word, I get a little chubby.
That's what I'm saying.
Get
In
a
the
couple
sense of
minutes
like,
going back to the gym, I'm good again.
yeah, but like that's what I was saying. In the sense of like, you know what I'm saying, that's still like a part of your story you want to complete.
Yeah.
Like there's some people out here that like I don't want no kids, nothing like that. But like I don't know, that's just everybody's opinion. Me personally, I'm trying. As I said, I'm trying to keep this Niami name running over in America. Like, you know what I'm saying,
It's
ain't that many of us. Like
yo.
I looked it up. Ain't
Taylor, you done? Wait,
Like,
what?
what?
I feel like that like kind of like goes on with the times or something because when I was like, for example, when I was in sophomore year, I was like, yo, I'm not having no kids, no nothing. But then later down in life, I was like, yo, I want my legacy to just be like what you saying, like
My
I
son
want my
going
last
D1.
name
you ain't want
to
no
be.
kids? You ain't want no baby Kairos?
Nah, bro.
Lord,
Sophomore year, sophomore year, bro. I was like, yo, I do not want no kids because
Nah,
we
I
not
need
gonna
a
say
little-
that.
It does, but the perspective does change as we get older. Because like for me, I used to think, no, I always wanted kids. I always wanted 5 kids. But for me, I never thought about, I want 5. Lord willing though, Lord willing, wife willing. But
We'll keep praying on it. We'll keep praying on it. You know what I'm
but
saying?
the thing about it is like as you get older, your perspective changes. So like I'm looking at my boys. Like I got one of my friends, he's engaged, and I got another one of my friends, he's married, and he's like a year older than me. So like that makes you think because it's like, man, you only a year older than me, or we practically the same age, and you already married, and I'm not. So it's not even like a.
You married?
No.
Oh.
Hey, yo, don't be
Yeah,
putting
I
names
don't-
out, bro.
Like,
Looking at my fingers, bro.
Nah, because I was backtracking because you said earlier in the episode he was a year older than you. I was like, oh.
No, I'm talking about somebody else, but I don't want to say names. But just out of respect, but it's just something where it's like it's not jealousy, but it's just something where it's like, okay, that's where they're at in their life, so we're the same age, so it kind of puts things in perspective where I'm not too young. A lot of times, dudes, we think we got time, but like, do we for real? I mean, we got more time than I guess our some of the women that we are around, but like, do we really have time for real? Because
Yeah,
don't know.
because you like you might not be able to spit game no more.
The game lasts forever, man.
I was just about to say that.
Nah, but to your point, well, now I will honestly say I'm starting to feel the pressure, but it's more of me internally. Because like all our friends are about to be married. So it's like, yo, I'm about to be the only one? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like when we go out, yo, you and your wife want to come? So it's not like, yo, come through. But it's like, I got respect. You got the shorty here. So now it's like, yeah, I'm the only one without a shorty.
Yeah, it'd be like
maybe
that.
something wrong with me.
Like,
so it's like,
I was feeling that way like junior year, like because all my friends had shorties. Everybody was locked up, so it was just like, I'm the only one. So one day it was just like, yo, y'all trying to go. Oh, yeah, you gonna be with your girl? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I'm just go home.
I
Right?
just be going home by myself.
somebody get Chinese.
But yeah, internally it was just like, all right, I just gotta get there. I just gotta get to this point where it's like, this is where I'm at. Like, I gotta show you now, just like them. Man, it's like, it's not even just to like follow in their footsteps or whatever. It's just like you guys said, like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just to have it there, you know.
You gotta follow your own path.
Yeah.
Did I not?
I feel even though I think this question kind of went out long. Last thing I want to say is I feel like the pressure also comes in the thought of the outcome. Cause like you know what I'm saying, a lot of people be like, I don't want to get married. And then we get divorced, and then half my shit taken. Like that's how people be thinking. Like,
That's what be on my mind the most. Like, you gonna take everything from me? No.
yeah, unless you get more bread than you, then it's
They don't take from her. Then. Like,
yeah, but like you got that,
what's
or like,
crazy?
okay, what if we build this family, and then like now I'm not going to be able to see my kid, and like stuff like that is a pressure and a form of pressure. Like I'm not sure if I'm going to do this because I'm too worried about what might happen.
But
I
this
feel
one,
like that's a stereotype that they've been clearing up though, because
No, it is clearing up.
Yeah, that's what I say. Men have been winning a lot more divorce cases now.
That's true.
My Bezos.
So I'm just saying,
That's
like,
true.
That's
you,
true,
you,
bro.
you want to leave your wife.
Don't forget about
That's
you
why-
might get away with all your stuff.
There's no rush. I mean, of course, nobody predicts the future. Obviously, only
Yeah.
the Lord knows what's gonna happen in our future. But like, you take like, of course, we don't got all the time in the world, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take your time. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't take the time to work on yourself and make sure that you're. I guess I'm not talking like I'm married. I'm not married, by the way. But you make sure you're taking the right steps to pick the right woman and to make sure you figure out what you want to do with life and all the things that we were talking about. The man you want to become, all the mantras you want to live by. You know what I'm saying? Aside from the word of God. But
Careful with that.
you said be careful.
Explain.
With
Yeah,
what?
no, be careful with the with the woman you pick. Cause like, poof.
Yeah.
Cause I see my uncles. It's just not good.
Yeah.
Give his whole car up for child support.
I think somebody used to say that the most important decision of your life is the woman that you choose. Like that could really make or break a lot of
I almost
things.
made a couple of mistakes.
Bruh, yo, and it's crazy because if you ever watch like TV shows or movies or even talk about like Friends, right? Think about your boys. Nothing really changes them until a woman comes into their life, or even like these dudes that be getting caught up in the Hollywood and everything like that. It's not necessarily like them stealing. It's a woman that like what was it Bill Clinton and I don't even remember the woman's name when he got caught in that scandal
Monica
like that.
Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky. Like those are the things that like tarnishes a man's reputation because like for a man, a woman is his weakness for real, but it's also his strongest asset at the end of the day. So it's like it's one of those things where we have to like I said, we gotta take our time with it, man.
Cause sometimes them little sweet words, when the viper gets in your ear, sometimes you just gotta listen. It'd be mesmerizing. Like
That goes
Yeah.
back to self-control.
that's why Medusa was a woman. Look, like,
I'm
she
actually glad
seduced
you brought that up because the other day I was watching a Snoop Dogg interview on the Breakfast Club, and he was talking about how he met his wife, and literally he was like, "Yo, at first we broke up, and my homie's like, yo, ditcha," and then he was talking about how he was gaming all of that, and then Pop told him like, "Yo, keep her, she loves you." And then he went back to her. She changed him for the better, and that's why he is right now. He was like, "Yo, when you have a good woman, she just kind of like she holds you accountable. She does all that other stuff."
All right, with that, let's kind of flip this question. I feel like we wanted to ask this a little bit earlier, but what is one thing that you had to overcome growing up?
Adversity.
Adversity.
Everywhere I look, it was adversity.
Not caring what other people thought of me.
Oh, you definitely got that down pat. You got that down to a T.
Alright. Cause
Ain't
like,
nothing wrong with that.
it was like 6th grade. I remember what's it called? Back then I was just wearing uniform to wear uniforms. But then 6th grade changed my perspective of clothing. Then what's it called? They were stacking me because my mom was driving a Nissan Altima. Now I'm flaming my mom and stuff like that. But then I and what's it called? I got beat, by the way. But like, what's it called?
You should.
But then I grew up and like, bro, in the years I ain't gonna see you, you ain't gonna see me. So I don't care. And then when people like, what's it called? And then people like, I was just yelling. People was like, oh, this and that, like your shoes, this and that. I'm like, I don't care. Then that's the result of arguing. But like, we won't speak on that.
I think
It's hard to argue with a guy like that. Like he ain't got nothing
Nah,
to lose.
cause like
Like,
when you try to bully someone or like try to push your narrative, and you like, I don't care, and then you gonna get mad like, no, I don't really punch him. Like, all right, bro.
And that's why we started calling you Tin Man.
I think one thing I had to overcome was
No.
trying to find my own identity. Because when I was younger, it was always like, I'm gonna be like Polo, I'm gonna be like Ronnie, and then I don't know when. I think it was sophomore or junior year where I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just be me, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna make my own personality, be electrifying. I'm gonna seize the day, ain't nobody as confident as me,
To kind of piggyback off of you, I think it has to be goals set by society or maybe the people of your upbringing. We live in a time where you have parents that are like, hey,
I want you to be a doctor.
I want you to be a doctor. I want you to be a lawyer. But when it comes down to boiling, like when you go through school, you're like, you see how much work these lawyers and doctors got to do? How much debt they get into afterwards? I don't want to do none of that. So it's kind of these goals that are set by society or the people that are upbringing you. And it's like you have to be able to diversify yourself and be able to say, hey, this is not really what I want to do. I want to do something different. I feel like
Because
that
they got it easy back then. Easy,
the-
back then it was easy to be a nurse.
We're not saying it was it's not it was
The
easier.
foreign
It's not
utopia.
the same. It's just, hey, this is what they were brought up on, so now they're gonna put it onto you. But now we live in a different society, different time, and we don't want to do that. That's where you go with.
Karen.
Karen.
It'd be like some like Karen. Like it'd be some moments where it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, and it's not a bad thing because there's some like in the sense of like don't be caring about what other people be thinking. Yeah, that's good. But when you start to like not really pay attention to some vital things that you need in your life because and you're like, I'm just not. I'm not going to even pay attention to that, sweep that away. You kind of miss good opportunities to like do stuff like for the better of yourself. And even when you do notice it, just that I don't like really care, it kind of like is a bad habit in this sense. Because there's some great opportunities that I had that I kind of just let be. And instead of me kind of feeling bad about it, it's just I just kept on pushing until later on as I started getting older and started thinking back like, yeah, when I get these moments, I need to take care of them. And I'm still working on it, but hey, it's a process.
I don't know. I feel like, let's see what.
Adversity?
Yes.
I think you're saying pretty good.
Nah, for real. Tell me the question again. Give me
You said adversity.
you-
What was one of the things that was hard for you to overcome growing up?
Nah. I wanna.
Adversity is a good answer though. That's
Nah,
good.
it is really adversity, but like I feel like what I really had to overcome was my own expectations and own pressure that I put on myself growing up. I was really family wise, and I was overlooked because I was just thought of as that kid that, oh yeah, he good. No matter what, like I was always like I was smart and I was always doing things on my own. So it's like no matter what situation I in, they always thought of me like, oh yeah, he good, he gonna be fine. So I was kind of overlooked. So I kind of had to do everything on my own, but I put a lot of pressure on myself to try and be the one that did good, because none of my family did good. So I try to put pressure on myself to be the best person that I can be, and I kind of burned out. So once I finally overcame that, I kind of stopped caring. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna be me, whatever I end up being. So adversity.
Eman, Joas, did you?
Similar to Kyrell, so two things. One is living in someone else's shadow. I think I am one of 7, and I'm the last one. So I had 6 other people live a lot more life than I have. Yeah.
Full house?
Yeah, full house. So I always thought of as a little brother. So I had to get to a point where I had to find my own identity, who I am, and not being someone else. Like, I remember I won a trophy.
Oh yeah, right.
They named it not even my own name. They gave it my brother's name. I'm just like, yo, y'all don't even know my name? Like, that's the most disrespectful thing. Like, I can't even keep my own name. And then the second thing was just keeping my eyes on my own paper. Like, when I say that, I'm just saying, like, staying in my own lane. Like, growing up, it's like, okay, we looking at where everybody else is at. Okay, this person might be there. I'm not there yet. So it's like, for me, I got to a point where it's like, damn, I want to be further than this person. But understand that life is not a competition. Every lane is going to be different. Every lane takes its own time. So I had to understand, okay, I got to focus on my lane, not what anybody else is doing, what I'm doing myself. So I guess social media played its part in it because, we see all the good things and not the bad ones. So when I see like my colleagues doing all this and doing all that, I'm just like, damn, when am I going to get there? But at a certain point, start focusing on myself, and eventually I'm where my colleagues is at. So I guess that's good. But
That's what's up.
that was the 2 main things for me.
The first thing kind of like, living in someone else's shadow, like how I played out, president of the youth committee, Has he done?
Bro, like, I feel you
stepping up.
there, bro.
Yeah.
For me, growing up, my biggest struggle.
Yeah, it's, that you had to overcome.
I had to overcome my confidence, and the thing about it is like I'm quiet. Well, yeah, somewhat. It depends on the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to be like so. Everybody in my family see me being quiet and think, oh, why he so shy? Why he so this? And I'm like, I'm not shy. I just got nothing to say. And I feel like that kind of like the way they looked at me kind of made me feel like ostracized, kind of like what you said with your family. Because it's just like, who y'all think I am? I'm not
like,
actually.
Not ostracized.
All right.
Right?
I'm putting words in his mouth. Not ostracized.
I was just, out of the light.
You know what I'm
Out of the
saying?
light.
Like right there.
But it played a.
They
It played
watched this. You can't say that like that.
My bad. That was me, not him. So I think for me, like it dealt with I had to like figure out how to be confident in myself and how to figure out just like it's weird because you kind of have to not care. Like you really do have to put people in their proper perspective or proper places in your life because like there's certain people like my mom. I'm not gonna say I don't care about my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things where it's like your parents will tell you, they tell you with their best interest in mind for you, but it's like it's not gonna work for you because that's not who you are.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I had to build that confidence of just kind of like what Eman said too, where it's like you kind of have to build your own path. You kind of have to figure out, all right, what works for me, and if this works for me and it's not okay with everybody else, then that's okay with me, and I have to be okay with that because it's not about, we don't live this life to please people. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody, you know, you put your life in somebody else's hands, they're gonna worry about themselves
Yeah,
first
most
at the end of the day. So it's kind of like you kind of have to put yourself first to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? But take care of yourself. Make sure that you're good. Your mental is good. You're confident. And even if you're not, you know, you put the work in. Because like for me, what helped me build my confidence, I would say, is that I put in the work. Like can't nobody tell me nothing. Like in terms of like what I've came from when I was a kid and all the YouTube, I've watched mad YouTube. I really do. I mean, there's mad stuff you can learn on YouTube, man. Like you know, there's so
I learned
much.
how to make a slushy.
Learn how to make a slushy. Learn how to cook. There's so many things that, for me, that I read books and stuff like that made me a better man. So it's kind of like when you feel like when you know you put in the work, it's kind of like even if somebody looks down on you, it's just like
That's
okay,
just the confidence
your
itself.
opinion.
You don't
It's
get a
like,
chance
bro,
though. You don't get a chance.
I know
though.
where I was and I know where I'm at now.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't say nothing about that.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
That's it. So
Yeah, that was a real strong way to end off the show. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Continue to subscribe, follow us on Instagram. And we thank you guys for coming in.
Appreciate you having me.
Appreciate so it was a pleasure having
Get
guests.
the merch.
get the merch. Get the merch. My
know.
windbreaker hat.
Good. Sounds in the car. We got you.
See what happened was.
Sounds in the car. But thank you guys for tuning in. Keep copping the merch. Until next time, stay different by default. DBG, you know me.
All right, stay different by default.
You already called me yawning.